and you're asking a rookie and a rookie running back to carry your team, or now a rookie quarterback to carry your team, and it's not a recipe for success in the National Football League. So, when you have this type of dynamic, the only thing that makes, in most recent history that I can compare it to was when Dak Prescott was a rookie, and then you had Ezekiel Elliott. But the thing that they had was an unbelievable offensive line, and you had options at the receiver position. Right. That's not what Cleveland has.
Not at all. Stephen A?
Get where you're coming from, Cam, but it was totally unnecessary. Dillon Gabriel ain't your starting quarterback for the future. Therefore, find out whether or not Shedeur Sanders can be the rest of the season. I think Shedeur Sanders should be starting for the rest of the season, and that should be that. It's very, very simple and plain to me. Because Joe Flacco is not there, and he's not going to be there any longer, because Bailey Zappi ain't going to be your quarterback, because Dillon Gabriel ain't going to be your quarterback, does Shedeur Sanders have a shot to be your starting quarterback or not into the future? If that answer is yes, then you want to use every opportunity under the sun to explore whether or not that's something that he can manufacture into or fall short of. Yesterday, he completed 8 of his first 11 passes. That was good. But in the second half, they only accumulated a grand total of 76 yards. That was not good. He was sacked 3 times. That was not good. Why? Because it took him about 3.37 seconds to throw the football, which was the longest, if I remember correctly, to throw by a Browns quarterback over the last 3 seasons. And so because of that reality, because that's something that was seen as an impediment to his potential NFL success from his days in college, when people were looking at him saying he holds on to the ball a little bit too long, he's looking for the deep ball, et cetera, et cetera. These are things that you have to alleviate and you have to overcome. You're not a big-time scrambler. You don't have those kind of wheels. You can't hold on to the football as much as you possibly can. Kevin Stefanski, can you use these next few games to get rid of that kind of ailment so he can be better at it, better at getting rid of the football quicker? Because we know he's not looking to scramble with the football. Can that kind of stuff happen? You got to use these opportunities to find that stuff out. The Browns are not going anywhere, and we know Dillon Gabriel ain't the quarterback of the future. Therefore, you look at Shedeur Sanders and you utilize this time to find out whether or not he can and will be or not.
He had a 12 QBR. Not great in that game. To your point, they don't have a lot of weapons, do the Browns. They don't have a lot of talent on that roster outside of Myles Garrett and what they can do defensively and get after the quarterback. But what do? You're constantly looking for a franchise quarterback. Do you know Dillon Gabriel is absolutely not a starter in this league after how many games did he start? 6? I don't know. What do you do with Shedeur Sanders? Let him finish out the season, then you're back to square one again? Are you looking for another quarterback? I don't know.
Yes, Shay. Yes. You start with the rest of the season, and then you go back to square one because you don't have anybody in your quarterback room to start off square one with. This is the only hope that you have. So therefore, find out, use the rest of this season, which is done, and move on.
So if that's the case, then we will see Shedeur Sanders going forward. Right now, it seems like Stefanski is just taking this game by game, which I don't know if that's the right answer either.
Juwan Jennings found himself at the center of another dust-up yesterday after the Niners' 26-8 win over the Browns. Cleveland's defensive tackle Shelby Harris alleges that Jennings crossed the line with inappropriate remarks while Harris's teammate Malik Collins was injured on the field. Listen to Harris because he did not hold back.
Yeah, he's a hoe. And I want that known. I see why he got punched in the nuts, because that's he says some things that you should not say to another man ever. But I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft shit, and I want that known. I see exactly why they punched the nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want to translate that one for us?
No, he said it. He's a hoe. He's a hoe. But you know what? I absolutely believe everything he just said, because that's what wide receivers do. They do stupid stuff like that, and they hide behind the offensive lineman. So, yeah, Shelby Harris, what he was saying, I believe it. I believe every word he said in that.
I love the people who type up our taglines. Notice they didn't put the first part of this quote. I'd love to have been in that meeting. Which of these words should we include?
Which one is allowed to be said in Tyson? Which one isn't?
We're in a weekend where we got Lane Kiffin and Juwan Jennings both called hosts. That's the state of sports.
We had 4 unbelievable catches this weekend. Let's judge them, guys. First of all, Traylon Burks, back of the end zone.
That's a big-time one. I got to see all 4 to rank them, but this is big-time one hand. I think he had surgery on a finger on that hand recently as well.
That's like Odell-like, right?
Yeah, Moss got lost on that one.
Yeah. Riley Moss got lost, for sure. Okay, the next one is Brock Bowers. I thought this ball was just getting thrown away by Geno Smith.
That's one of his better throws.
Wow.
There. Good one by Geno.
That is a left-handed underhand scoop. Like, that is the degree
crazy.
of difficulty on that one is very high.
Whew. That's a ridiculous catch. Then earlier today, Dan Orlovsky showed you the Puka catch.
Give me that.
With his inside hand.
Right hand over the top. See,
I think
this
the
is a
Puka
great
one
catch.
is-
There's also a little help from the DB Wood. Like, look, he gets his hands on it as well.
Yeah.
But the angle of that makes
Look at
that
Look at this.
remarkable.
It's nuts.
And the last one, Saturday, college football Rutgers receiver KJ Duff. Watch this catch.
Oh, my.
That's impossible.
Look at that.
to make that catch.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So,
Look at Jason McCourty's alma mater.
yeah, they're asking which one was the best catch. I don't know that it matters. I mean, all of them spectacular,
great.
right? Every single one
I'm
of
going
them.
to go Bowers.
You got
Left hand
the
falling
Bowers
down
catch?
for right-hander.
Fair enough. I will accept that as the winner.
I'm just thinking,
Rutgers.
Odell really made one of the first catches like that we've ever seen.
Right.
And other people have tried to duplicate it. Would these catches be happening if Odell hadn't made that catch?
I don't know. Let's do a deep dive into that at some other point. But yesterday,
Hippo
Lane
says
Kiffin.
no.
Yesterday, fascinating. Let's go through some winners and losers. Rex, who was your biggest winner?
Dallas Cowboys, without question. Right here, look, they take out the other team that was in the Super Bowl week before they took out the Eagles. Now they take out the Chiefs. No team in the NFL is going to want to play Dallas. No team is playing better than the Cowboys ever since the trade for Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams, this defense stunk. They pick up Quinnen Williams. They've been in the top 5 in defense ever since they picked him up. This team is super dangerous.
If they get in, I agree, they are dangerous. Orlovsky, who was your biggest loser?
Yeah, the Detroit Lions at home, Thanksgiving Day, and you basically make the division impossible to go win. Jordan Love makes huge throw after huge throw in clutch moments. Your offense was good. The defense was not good enough. And this is a football team right now that is reeling. Frank Ragnow was coming back. Now he's not coming back because of designation with his physical or not passing. I think Detroit's uphill right now.
Cowboys at Lions this Thursday night. D. Wood, who was your biggest winner?
Chicago Bears. Listen, I think everyone was asking the same question, like, are the Bears for real? The game against the Philadelphia Eagles was going to tell us a lot. And boy, did they tell us a lot in that game. Out there just bludgeoning the Philadelphia Eagles. And oh, by the way, after this past weekend with the Los Angeles Rams losing, they're now the #1 seed in the NFC.
I'm delighted you mentioned that. Let me show you exactly where it all stands. There are the Bears up there. The tiebreaker goes their way against the Rams. Despite that, ESPN's analytics only give the Bears a 12% chance to get the top seed, which is only 5th best in the conference. Our analytics like the Rams, Packers, Seahawks, and 49ers all better than they like the Bears. I guess, Dan, the question is, they call Missouri the show-me state. This felt like a show-me game, and you were there. I think anyone who were saying the Bears were frauds because of their schedule, I don't know how they're saying that after Friday.
Yeah, they got one of the best offensive lines in football. And when you have that, you control the game on a consistent basis. Their ability to just line up, run the ball on first down, and do whatever they want is a huge advantage. I think schematically, they put you in a binder. And I also think with their offensive line and their way that they move people, it is very much so like Detroit over the past couple years. Philly a couple years ago. Just for and I'm not taking a shot at them here. They go into the defending Super Bowl champion's house, and their quarterback plays a C game, and they destroy Philly.
Yeah.
And Caleb was fine. He made one throw. That's just the perspective of how dominant they were in that football game.
You talk about how that offensive line is dominating the line of scrimmage. Well, fact is, no team in the NFL moves the line of scrimmage more than the Chicago Bears.
Really?
3.2 yards per rush attempt. They're knocking people off the ball. So you're dead on with that. This team is so physical. They won the offseason. They brought in 2 former Pro Bowl guards. in Tooney and Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
They bring in the top free agent center. Guess what? Every decision this team made in the offseason has struck gold, including the head football.
That's the thing, because it was a year ago this week that they fired Matt Eberflus. They fired him on Black Friday. They started this whole cycle that wound up with them hiring Ben Johnson, which just turned around the whole franchise.
He's pretty built too, right? When he took the shirt off, I was
He's
pretty
got a
impressed.
lot more juice than I thought.
was impressed with Ben. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. I was impressed. Here it is. Come on. I mean, the Wiener Circle is giving everybody free hot dogs because Ben took his shirt off in the locker room afterwards. We're going to show it to you here for a minute, and then he does his chant: "Good, better, best. Never let it rest. You good gets better.
I
better
still
gets
think
best."
I could take.
But here he is.
Yeah.
And if you and Ben, come on, you're not built like this. Come on, Rex.
No, I'm not built like that, but I got that hard fist.
Yep.
I love this guy. You
Rex
know
has
that.
got a six-pack. It's just underneath everything.
It's underneath the cake.
Yeah, he's got a six-pack, and Rex is drinking a six-pack. That's the difference. All right, quickly. Bears, good. Team they beat, Eagles. Are they in real trouble of getting caught by the Cowboys?
Absolutely. Because what we talked about the Eagles on offense, they don't do anything to make a defense think. Like they don't put defense in a bind because their scheme is so elementary, and I think that is going to be the detriment of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Brittany, let me say this. There's two teams in the NFL that are trending towards playoffs that I don't think anybody else in the playoffs wants to play. In the AFC, it's Houston. In the NFC, it's Chicago, and it's because of their offensive line.
Dallas, too.
Yeah.
Dallas, too.
Chicago's going to get in. The Cowboys need a lot of help to get in. We'll see. Meanwhile, tonight, we've got the Giants and the Patriots on Monday Night Football. Dan?